everybody, welcome back to Starkey Farmstead. My name is Samantha. So I just got back from running errands and I saw two different videos back to back pertaining to something called the sovereign citizen movement. Now I know that originally this movement had some legs, let's put it that way. Like, I could see where people were coming from, that, you know, the United States government after the Civil War started going after maritime law and our Constitution has been co-opted. I see all that, right? Because I truly do love America and I am a patriot. But I want to make a point here, and I don't care who I upset, it needs to be said. Stop getting on online forums with people that you don't know who these people are, that are trying to tell you that you can file to be a sovereign citizen, that you can file this paperwork with the government and you don't have to pay taxes. I know all that sounds good. I do. And maybe there is something to the fact that your Social Security and your birth certificate makes you surety for the debt of the United States. Like, that kind of makes sense to me. I mean, who else is going to pay the debt of the generation before but the next generation? I'm not ignorant to it. But the movement has been co-opted, especially by the Hebrew nationalists, the Hebrew sect, the Black Hebrews, okay? They've co-opted this, and now police officers feel like one of the most dangerous group of people that they have to deal with are the sovereign citizens.
Standard Examiner reported Friday that the chief also said Allen's car had a placard declaring constitutional sovereignty.
Sovereign citizens believe that they have separated themselves from the United States of America, and as a result do not need to follow U.S. law.
Rachel Goldwasser is a senior research analyst with the Southern Poverty Law Center's Intelligence Project.
They often will not pay taxes. That is pretty standard across the board. Many will not pay their car registration. They won't get car insurance. They don't get licenses of any kind.
She says anyone involved in the American sovereign citizenship movement is considered a U.S. citizen and mandated to follow U.S. law and expected to pay taxes. Goldwasser says by the Southern Poverty Law Center's estimation, there are hundreds of thousands of people that have separated from the United States of America and call themselves sovereign citizens, a number she says is increasing. Goldwasser says, unfortunately, law enforcement members are at the most risk when dealing with sovereign citizens.
In 2014, there was a study done by the University of Maryland's START program. They researched terrorism, and they found that law enforcement considered sovereign citizens their greatest threat.
As for those who turned out in protest,
because you don't want to follow the rules. That God does not bless that type of behavior. All right, because see, I was blessed under Joe Biden's administration. I'm going to be blessed under Donald Trump's administration. I'm going to be blessed whomever is the next president, because my prosperity and blessings are from the Lord. I follow the rules and the laws of my community, right? I don't try to break those and claim I'm something that I'm not, and then be upset with God that I have to be paying the punishment for it. These people that push the sovereign movement, a sovereign citizen movement, tell you that you don't need a license. All right? They tell you that. They tell you don't need a license.
Have a seat.
I do not understand your law. He just read me something on the paper, and I said I need to speak to the chief. I don't understand how you're going to force me against my will. I don't understand.
Remember you said
My name is not. I'm the beneficiary of my account. I'm the living person.
Remember how you said
I'm the living person. UCC 1-308. I do not operate under your callable law. I have knowledge. Knowledge is power. Do you know you're looking at a black queen? I do not operate under your jurisdiction. So when I get done with you guys, you're gonna feel me. I have the black law dictionary. I do not understand you guys' law. I do not operate under your callable law, and you're holding me against my will and what I stand for.
you think this is going to get you out of this.
Oh, do I
Do you think this young?
Sir,
You think we're just
you
going to
have
let you
no
go?
knowledge because you're working for them.
You're
You have
digging
no
yourself
knowledge.
deeper.
I'm not digging myself
digging
deeper. I'm
yourself
standing
deeper.
for what I know because God's
Okay.
gonna get me out of here. You think you're
No.
gonna free me? You guys been enslaving us for years. I'm not a dumbass anymore. I was back then. You caught me 5 years ago. I was a stupid dummy. I was letting you guys run over me. This what you're doing right now is illegal. Holding me, you're violating the Supreme Court laws.
Then on top of that, they don't want to have a license plate. They don't want to carry car insurance. They don't want to be pulled over by police officers when they're breaking the law. When they get caught stealing, they think that they can quote some abstract code and be able to walk out of the store with stolen objects. So what would have started as a legitimate push to get people back to their freedoms and constitutional rights is being co-opted by both the Black Hebrews and white nationalists.
Like to challenge jurisdiction right now. I have the right to travel. You telling me I don't have the right to challenge jurisdiction right now? I, Rambo L., an executor and beneficiary of reside. I filed a declaration of non-citizenship nationality because I've done a name change. Rambo L. is a man, people, but not a person. I was not operating in commerce, nor was I driving. Rambo was just merely traveling in my private property. I don't see an injured party. I don't know.
And it doesn't make much sense to me. Because the same people that don't want to pay their taxes, y'all still don't mind getting that free insurance. You still don't mind making sure that if your house is knocked over in a storm, calling FEMA to help you replace your home. You don't mind getting that Social Security check every month, but you don't want to, play by the rules like the rest of us. Now, maybe I'm being harsh, and if I am, tell me your experience. But I'm just going to tell you right now, somebody got to tell y'all, sit down and stop, folks. This is not the way to take America back by claiming that somehow you're a sovereign citizen of another nation within America and you don't have to play by the same rules that all the rest of us do.
To show authority was denied is not in proportion with the Michigan court rules. It does cite, however, Luke 11:46, the King James Version, Luke 11:52, as well as some other articles and treaties. But nonetheless, as indicated by Mr. Staples from the Office of City Attorney, this is not a lawful or appropriately filed motion, and for that reason, it was denied before this court.
That's all I got to say. Love you guys. Like, comment, subscribe. If you want more content like this, row in our boat, look in the top of comments, and, send what you can. Be a blessing today. Bless us, because I do try to bless you with common sense and the correct information, even if it's uncomfortable. Love you guys.
Trying everything in hopes something would work. You have to wonder, if he had spent that time getting real legal help instead of following internet theories, maybe he would have understood the system better. At one point, he admitted guilt, but then tried to argue that being held for over an hour was unfair. That's not exactly a strong defense when you're also facing other serious charges like failure to identify. This could all have been avoided by simply following basic legal requirements, like having a driver's license. Instead,
Under the Michigan court rules to challenge jurisdiction. But what we won't do is entertain motions under the King James Version of the Bible. Okay?
That was a different motion you're referring to. That was the motion to show authority.
We don't have the other motion, sir. So you can file that motion. It's just we don't have it. I don't know why we only have one motion. That we don't have the other one you're referencing. So you'd have to file that and serve it on the city attorney. We'll give you time to do that. I'm going to set both of these matters for hearing, though.
I can't chill. You telling me I don't have the right to challenge jurisdiction right now? I want to challenge jurisdiction right now.
You can file a motion for challenging the jurisdiction, sir.
I can't do a verbal motion?
No, you cannot.
So you telling me